Sal's here.
Oh, never mind. I see everybody. They're not in roll 20. My bad. Wow.
Alrighty then. Noxus, you are the lucky winner to tell us all about what happened last session.
So what happened last session is we killed a bunch of Skeletors, saved 5 people. Okay, no, I got this. So, where we last left our compatriots, they took the rowboat in, almost being caught by many other sailors. They get in, and Father Fike, using his stealthiness, gets caught, but finds a way to use it in his favor. And they use stealthness to go through each room one by one, taking out skeleton by skeleton, saving 5 people in the process. Right? 5 or is it 4? I think it's 5. Anyways, as they get through the corridors, they defeat the Minotaur that had locked Erdan in a cell. He and Shango triumphantly figured out a way to get him out of there with their ray of frost. I believe that's what it was. And as they come up to the bar, Erdan goes to order a drink and opens up the door, and Noxus alerts the entire rest of the pirate party, and battle ensues. Barely able to defeat Whitemane as he is about to run away. Finishing blow comes from Cortanis herself, thus ending the reign of Whitemane. And now we conclude. No, we re-enter as they are about to go through his stuff and ransack it and earn their reward.
I'd like to go get my ale.
You'd like to go get your ale?
Mm-hmm.
You retrieve your ale.
Woo! I'm gonna sip on that.
You sip on that, basking in the glow of victory. It feels good and tastes delicious.
Is there like a skeleton arm so I can act like the bartender gave it to me?
Sure.
Perfect.
That's funny.
Why not?
Touches the blades and picks up the hat.
Okay. Wait, you what?
Cortanis picked up the hat from the downed captain.
Oh, his captain hat?
Yep.
Yeah, from the cat.
You don't want to clean that first?
Oh no, it's getting cleaned definitely, but she can't do it herself. She's not putting it on.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
No.
With that,
No.
So you walk over,
big old, like
with
that
that
rubber glove on, picking it up like carefully, putting it in the plastic baggie.
with that
picked up our trophy.
Yeah. Noxus will walk over, see all the blood and dirt on it. He'll go, "Oh, hang on," and he'll snap his fingers, and it will clean as he casts Prestidigitation. I can't say it, so I'm just going to say it.
Prestidigitation.
It's like see an enemy. You can't say an enemy.
Is that?
See an enemy?
Yeah, see an enemy.
Cinnamon?
Yeah, cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
Watching that, Cortanis might look over because she's basically covered in blood at this point. Wouldst thou be so kind?
Oh, yeah. And he snaps once again.
Yeah, you'd have to cast it multiple times because it only does like a square foot each time. But
he doesn't know that. He thinks she's clean. He's like, oh.
Yeah. No, I mean you see it like evaporate from a body to filth. So you give her a little do, you know, like a little. Yeah.
Press.
Father Fike is going to find one of the more ornate locks of hair and just sever it for himself.
Okay. They're like long dreads, so you can actually take like the end of one, and it's holds together fairly well actually.
I'm surprised you're not running back to the treasure room.
Can I take
I
Go
want to. Who's going? I want to take a look at the staff that he was having. He was having some sort of magic staff, right?
Yeah, he had a he had what appeared to be some sort of it was more of a like a cane, but
Cane. Okay, the cane. Can I investigate the cane and try to check out if I see if it's magical, if I see a source of magic, any sort of runes or inscriptions on it?
That was the one with the gem in it that was glowing, right? The green one.
yeah.
Yes.
hmm
Be like, be careful with that, my lord. Could speak cursed.
Are you casting some sort of spell or?
If you think like identify detect magic, I don't have either of those. I was just drawing on like my arcane knowledge that I have as a spellcaster.
Make an. You can make an investigation check or an arcana check, but
That's the Carta check.
investarcana, yeah. No, you can make either one of those, but they'll tell you different things.
Okay, arcana it is.
Whew.
Ooh, natty 20, baby.
Nice. Good way to start.
So as you pick up the cane, and look at it, there at the very top there appears to be what looks like a very what you thought at first was a large emerald, and it's definitely not as you inspect it closer. It has much more of a uh, uh, resemblance to glass, but it is green in color. And you recognize this from what short time you were in or in Whitestone. You had done a little bit of research into Whitestone since you were going to be there. This looks very much to you like a large hunk of residuum. That
Residuum.
is, yes, residuum, which is affixed to the top of this cane. You know that residuum has many uses. It comes from distilling Whitestone down to its basest components, and makes it much easier to enchant certain items. So, with this large hunk of residuum attached to this cane, you would imagine that it is probably in some way, shape, or form enchanted. Otherwise, what is the point of putting such a substance on here?
Okay.
There is no real runes or languages down the shaft. It's more decorative engravings. The staff itself appears to be made from bone or ivory. Of what you're not sure, it appears to since you rolled a natural 20, I'll give you that it was probably some large sea mammal.
Okay.
Like maybe the rib bone of a whale or something like that. Might have been carved out of. But there is like this almost iconographic repeating patterns that run down the shaft of the cane.
Okay. Did I see him use the staff during the battle when he was casting his stuff?
I mean, he definitely, at the very least, appeared to use it as an arcane focus.
As a focus, okay.
At the very least, it may be more to it, but without identifying it or having some sort of other means of doing it, it's going to be hard to know exactly what it does.
Gotcha.
Can I make my way into his room?
Sure. I will actually, if you'll give me a moment, I'm just looking it up.
Sure.
Because I want to give you because you rolled a natural 20. Where is it?
He's hiding.
Here we go. Sorry. I think I found it. So, during the conflicts of the Calamity, a climactic battle between the stalwart Dawnfather and the engine of mad destruction known as the Chained Oblivion came to a dramatic and explosive conclusion in the Alabaster Sierras. The unstable arcane forces unleashed in their battle created the valley that now houses the Parchwood, thrusting the surrounding mountains upward and infusing them with incredible amounts of residuum, the residue of arcane energy. The sheer amount of leftover arcane power within the so-called white stone of the mountains is incredibly receptive to enchantment. Anyone enchanting a piece of white stone or an item infused with white stone dust reduces the time required to enchant the item by 75%. Some alchemists in Amman have discovered that dissolving white stone with specific acids can leave behind pure residuum, which can substitute for expensive spell components when such materials are not readily available. If a spell has a component cost that consumes the component, its caster can substitute the required component for an amount of residuum of an equal value. 1 pound of pure residuum is worth approximately 500 gold pieces in most Tal'Dorei markets. You would imagine that this is probably about a pound of residuum that rests on the top of the cane as like a grip handle. The same is 500 gold pieces in most Tal'Dorei markets, though difficult to come by the further from Whitestone or Amman one travels. The same residuum is heated into a green glass-like state, can expedite localized enchantment rituals. Enchantment altars using the residuum glass as a primary construction component are extremely expensive to produce and generally only found at places of higher arcane learning or homesteads of powerful archmages. Any attempts to enchant a magical item atop such an altar decreases the time required to enchant the item by 50%. So that is what you know about residuum.
Cool.
Which is pretty much everything there is to know about residuum.
Yeah.
I would imagine you probably had a lot of the information shared to you through Keyleth, who would have had extensive interaction and knowledge and access to such materials, being friends with Percy, and spending so much time in Whitestone and researching it and whatnot. So you may have talked to her about it.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'll just turn to Cortana's. Yes, this is definitely of magical heritage. The cursed, I'm not sure. The captain himself was not undead as his underlings were.
I suppose not.
But
Good
we
to
do
be
have yet
careful,
to
my
find.
lord, of course. Wouldst thou wish me to hold on to it in case, for now?
I shall be fine.
As thou wishest.
But we should try to find the source of the curse.
Agreed. Start kind of going around to, I guess, while people are searching through things. Some people are checking out the room, I guess.
Yeah. So we'll jump to John Noxus, who is going to investigate the captain's quarters. Was anybody else joining him in doing that?
If I have time, I would eventually join them after this whole staff thing.
Yeah, I imagine you're doing that. You might be able to. While you were doing that, they probably got a head start.
Yeah, I would probably be like 5 minutes, 10 minutes late.
Fike, what were you up to?
I would help. I am facing the wall, sobbing and stuff.
You're sobbing?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I heard you right. I couldn't.
Yeah. I'm very quietly sobbing to myself.
Okay.
I'll walk into that room with them.
Okay, so Erdan and Noxus, you guys walk in to the captain's quarters. It's very well appointed. There's a huge bearskin rug on the floor that's well kept. There's a big comfy bed with clean sheets and a big comfy down comforter on it. There's a wardrobe off to one side full of fine clothes. Most of they're fine clothes, but definitely weather worn. They've seen use. Okay, so you're in there as well. Then right outside looks like looks like what he used as like an office. There's a desk there with parchment on it, and an inkwell and a quill. And there's a couple other like cabinets and storage shelves and whatnot.
Okay. I wanna search anything. I want to search for anything either interesting, that
You have to be more specific than interesting.
I'm starting to think of it. One definitely relating, if I can find anything, hints on his whereabouts or any other movements of any other known ships or captains or stuff like that to kind of point me in the right direction where to go. And what I mean by interesting, something that's like definitely that would be like he's trying to make sure that nobody else can find. Like it's definitely you can tell that he doesn't want anyone to know he has.
So you're looking for secret drawers and.
I want
Is
to
that what
search
you're
his
saying?
desk.
You're looking for like
Yeah.
hidden.
Yeah, hidden stuff. Something that's like a hidden drawer, a hidden
just wanna search his
compartment.
desk.
All right, so you're basically rolling the room, like going through all the drawers, the shelves, the wardrobe, the nightstands, checking for false bottoms, looking for secret safes, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, make you guys can each make an investigation check.
Ooh.
Say how you can as well since you're in there.
Natty 20.
Damn.
Jeez, you guys are starting it off.
Whoop, whoop.
All right,
Can only go downhill from here.
We'll keep it up.
All right.
Yes, any of my asks that is not true for me at all.
So you guys start going through his bedroom and his office. As you go through, I know, Erdan, specifically, you were looking at the desk. As you're looking through the desk, the first thing you notice is a very large leather-bound tome that looks like it has hundreds of pages. And as you begin to look through it, it appears to be some sort of like ledger or log, mostly of, it looks like it's essentially a log of monies and valuable items and things that they've taken from their various, pirating activities. As well as records of fencing said valuable materials to turn into gold. And it appears that he was essentially looking to save up to a certain number he had in mind to where he could then retire and never have to,
Pillage again.
Go buy, go find buy a manor and,
It's
Marquette
just 2
or
months
Wild.
from retirement, guys.
No, he was not anywhere.
Marry
was
him a
not
sweet
very-
bar wench.
Yeah, essentially. But in the log, you also find, records of essentially selling people as well, which explains why you found live prisoners in cells. Appears that he did not just take gold and valuables, but he also took prisoners to then eventually sell into different forms of slavery, I would imagine. Or I should say you would imagine. And it's a log that essentially confirms most of what you already found in that treasure room, essentially. It's a log of that for the most part. Noxus, you and Sayao are in the bedroom, looking around. Sayao, you are going flipping the bed over, looking under the mattress, all this stuff. You're not really finding anything. However, Noxus, in the wardrobe is where you find the first interesting thing you found, other than in a couple of his other like shelving units. You find 2 coin purses that appear to be like little stashes that he had hidden away, like little emergency funds almost. One coin purse has 57 gold pieces in it. The other coin purse has 24 platinum pieces in it.
Okay. How many gold did you say?
54.
54.
And then the
you
other one has
said
24 platinum pieces in it.
24. Thank you.
But then which that's interesting in and of itself. But the coolest thing you find is you find a false back to the wardrobe.
Okay.
And as you open it up, it just opens up into a small little 1 foot tall by 2 foot wide by 2 foot deep little opening, and you reach in and you pull out just a few pieces of paper, and as you look at them and you're trying to figure them out, let me double check something here. You're looking at the sheet, and you can't really make heads or tails of it. It looks like some sort of formula, but you don't have any training in alchemy or anything like that. So,
Someone go Plankton.
I'll pocket them. Just hold on to them for now.
okay. As you do that, Cortanis and Shango come in. Shango, Cortanis, you see first walking into the office. You see Erdan going through a large tome, and as you peek into the bedroom, it looks like this, like the cops just came through on a raid. Like the mattress is flipped over, like they cut open the cushions, like all the drawers are pulled out and like dumped onto the ground. It's fucking yeah.
Thou art quite thorough.
I'll raise an eyebrow at that and like, huh. Erdan, did you find anything of interest? Did you find anything of our arcane studies or nature?
No, just already stuff we know about.
I was wondering if he's keeping any records about his studies or his staff.
Or his slave routes? Yeah, he's got slave routes.
Slave route. I guess it's not that far, considering the prisoners we encountered earlier.
No surprises.
Exactly.
No one would know anything about alchemy, would they?
Alchemy? No.
Let the player still check if I know anything. Herbalism kit is different than alchemy kit, right?
Oh, sorry.
Herbalism kit is different than alchemy kit, right?
No, but they're similar. They both deal with potion making and things like that. So, if you're proficient with an herbalism kit, you might be able to make heads or tails of it.
Okay. I have some understanding of brewing and herbalism.
I'll hand him I'll hand him the papers and say, "Can you make heads or tails of this? Because I can't."
Do I?
Make a. You can make a nature check or a medicine check. I would allow either one of them.
Holy
Jesus
shit.
Christ, guys! Wow, what the fuck?
Wow.
Okay, that's scarier because that's the second one.
That's the third one.
Third one.
That's his second.
My second one.
Oh, it's his second one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
literally-
he's only
literally
rolled
his
twice.
second
He's
roll.
got 2 nat 20.
Literally his
Two.
second roll.
It's gonna be your best game of your life, Dom.
So
lord,
far,
that's
so far,
amazing.
we see where it goes.
I played this one game that the guy said if you get 3 natural 20s in a row, you get something good, but if you roll a 4th one, you become a god, and then he takes control of your character. And you have to make a new one.
I like that one.
And I came really close to doing that. I was like, how is this happening? Like, how is this happening?
So looking at the sheets of paper, they definitely look like ingredients and a formula and for how to make some form of a potion. Looking at the ingredients, it involves residuum. Putting one of the ingredients is raw residuum. And then there's also apparently, according to the notes that you're reading, there is apparently some sort of green mushroom that grows naturally in this cave that is required of the potion as well. Well, not naturally, I should say, but there's a green mushroom that grows in this cavern that is required of it, along with a few other, more mundane potion type items and ingredients, different roots and wild plants, and it also talks about a specific distillation process it has to go through, and then which also now makes sense as you recognize the in the office here there is a full-on herbalism and alchemy station with like beakers and Bunsen burner type things and all sorts of different things like that. And from reading the notes, it appears that it's a formula that he's been working on to perfect. That essentially regular imbibement of the potions gives you all the benefits of being undead and none of the negative. You do not become. You get all the benefits of dead. Ignoring pain, being to withstand certain types of damage, not having to breathe. But you also don't become a mindless drone. You keep your intelligence and your what makes you you. And it each potion lasts for a certain amount of time. But he's also been as he's been paying attention, the more people take the potions on a regular basis, the more permanent and the longer the effects seem to last each time.
Okay. Does it say anything if it also stops aging?
He hasn't had enough. It doesn't say anything like that.
Doesn't know that.
Yeah, he doesn't know that. He hasn't been doing it long enough to be able to make that sort of prediction or assumption or hypothesis.
Okay. So having looked through that, turning back to the group, has anyone seen green mushrooms in this cave so far?
Nah.
Fike has, but he's not there at the moment.
Fike's not there. Okay. So I convey actually the basic thing. He has been working on some potions, apparently trying to reap the benefits of the undead, potentially explaining his companions.
Thou art thinking that he used his crew as test subjects of some sort?
Are there benefits?
It appears that way. Whether they were voluntary or not is unknown.
Yeah, so could I piece together if this is why all this group was undead, like skeleton-like?
It's a logical hypothesis.
Okay.
I mean, he's not alive for you to ask him to confirm.
That's true. But
using basic logic, you can deduce that that's a likely scenario.
I walk over to the dead body and I go, "Are you making undead people?"
Who has speak with the dead?
I don't. I mean, when trying to raid another ship, it would be helpful. If you, walking along the seafloor is helpful, especially if you don't need to breathe and the cold can't hurt you. Of being in the cold, freezing waters of the Shearing Channel.
Now, with my natural 20, I didn't find anything about other movements of Like anything that has to do with Gator or anything of finding.
No, it appears that he did not target other. He didn't. He didn't. He was a bit of. He didn't hang out with other pirates too much. You know. Yeah, he does not appear to be associated with your friend Gator in any way.
All right. Well, everything that I've wanted to get in here is good, so I think we should go take a look at that treasure.
Can I pocket that alchemy set that he's sitting there, or parts of it? I don't know how transportable it is.
Parts of it. It's like a. This isn't like a portable set. Like you have a portable herbalism kit that you can bring around with you. That's like a mortar and pestle and like a small little.
Yeah. Should I actually have that in my inventory? I don't know. Didn't see it. I suppose.
Well, there's I don't know. You might not have a kit, but you're
okay. Yeah.
But this is more of like a setup, like permanent fixture case. Like you could potentially haul it out of here, and then store it on the other ship, and then store it, if it, and bring it back to Whitestone, and then set it up again
somewhere. Yeah, I would like to try that to like pack it up as much as I can.
Yeah, it's going to take a while. It's probably going to take you an hour or two to pack it all up, and
I'd like to assess that.
In a way that's going to make it transportable without breaking a lot of it.
I'll be in a rush, my friends, to get anywhere. Would you indulge me in this endeavor?
I'll help you out there, friend.
Well, thank you.
I'm always at thy service, my lord, of course.
All right, with the three of you doing it, it will go a lot faster. So,
yay.
So it sounds like Noxus and Seao go out into the hall to check out to get a better, more exact idea of the treasure situation.
Yeah, I'm going like crazy.
Fike, what are you up to?
I quickly, in like 11 seconds flat.
Yeah. Just like like road
11 seconds flat.
Like full on Roadrunner, like.
Well, if I can go 90, I can go 90 feet in 6 seconds. So
kicking up dust.
So you use all his abilities to get there faster than everyone else.
Ninja run.
Noxus and Seao, you arrive at that little treasure room, and you already find Father Fike in there counting coin and looking at cool stuff.
Doing the parchment decorate.
Oi, fine. What are you doing?
His eyes are all red from crying.
it is. That's in fact true. He's not wrong.
While he's
Is he still crying while he's counting?
A little bit.
I hope so, yeah.
Oh, gold! Two gold!
Well, let's start counting this gold. And he'll get down and start helping him.
Counting. Start scooping it.
Well, yeah, that's what he's doing. He's just getting it.
I would like to.
Did I not give you guys the treasure haul last session?
It was
We
really.
were going to wait until this time because it was getting late.
That's right. My bad. I thought I had already done that. Let me.
And we checked if it was evil. It's not cursed or evil.
Yes, I checked it very specifically.
Good man, Mr. Fike. I mean, no, I'm sorry, Father.
Fike.
Yeah.
Fike's fine.
Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned.
Confess to me your sins, my child. Embrace
I murdered undead. I murdered the undead today.
Poked a badger with a spoon.
That is a sin.
It's an original one.
It's an original sin.
I covet neighbor's oxen.
We'll start with Seao. Seao, roll 6d6.
Ooh.
18 times 100 is 100. Right?
180.
No, it's 1800.
Yeah. So
you find there's 1800 copper pieces.
Let me write that down. I'll write it down.
Yeah, somebody is going to want to copy this. Shango, will you please roll 3d6 for me?
3d6.
12 times 100 is 1,200 silver pieces. So you guys find 1,200 silver pieces. And Noxus, will you please roll 2d6 for me? Eight. You find 80 platinum pieces.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Fucking rich, guys.
Then I need who's next to that? Erdan to roll 3d6 as well. 12, another 1,200 gold pieces. And then I need Curtanus to roll a d100.
Ooh.
60.
Oh,
You
there's-
roll 2d6. 10. You find. Where was I? You find that many precious gems worth 50 gold pieces each. And then lastly, Fike, I need you to roll a d6. 6. So you guys get that many rolls on the magic.
Yay!
So for we
Okay.
got how many precious gems did we get? 10 what?
10 precious gems.
I put it into the party
10.
stuff. I put it on
Yeah.
the party
Okay.
stuff.
With
Alright, cool.
worth 50 gold pieces each. All right, and then I'm going to need.
Nice.
So there's 6 of you. So I need each of you to roll a d100.
We do one at a time, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter. You guys, we'll just have you all roll, and then we'll go down the line.
Oh yeah.
So 83. You find a first level spell scroll. 90. You find another first level spell scroll. 96. You find a potion of greater healing. 95. You find another potion of greater healing. 43. 43 is a regular potion of healing. And 7 is also a regular potion of healing. And lastly, the special item, insert DM special item here, you find a very fancy looking flail that has
flails.
I love flails. That has 3 different 3 like chain and balls, but they're not all spherical at the end. They seem to be in 3 different shapes. At the end of the flail.
What are the shapes,
It's
DM?
baby's first mobile. Or baby's first flail.
Yeah, baby's first flail.
Yay.
One appears to one looks like it has it's like a just like a solid sphere with no shape to it at all. There's another one that is another sphered shape, but it has a bunch of spikes coming out of it. And another one appears to have what looks like an axe head blade at the end of it. And as one of you picks it up, the 3 heads appear to randomly shift to all take the form of one, and they continue to randomly shift back through like a cycle of all of them being just solid balls, all of them being balls with spikes, and then all of them being bladed.
So if you guys could just take a look into part stuff just to make sure I wrote everything down correctly.
It's
If I
2
could-
greater healing potions.
2 greater healing potions?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
And 2
Everything-
regular healing potions.
I added those into our 5, so we have stuff.
Yep.
And 2 first level spell scrolls,
Yep.
which I'll let you guys choose what spells they are.
Why don't we roll for them randomly?
It's up to you guys how you want to decide.
I'll
Cool
go
with
flail of bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing.
Well, you don't know yet what it's called. It's definitely a magical item, though.
It's yeah, like I said, that's an assumption. I don't know. It could be the fucking you spin it once and it instantly hits you with a face flail. It does.
So yeah, if anybody wants to roll randomly, for the spells, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're going to roll randomly to determine what spells
So
they are.
do you have a table for that, or?
That sounds like a DM problem, not a player problem.
No, I just told you guys you can pick whatever spells
I
you want.
got you, DM. One's gonna be magic missile,
There you go.
and the other one is gonna be
Wish.
is detect magic first level.
It is.
Yeah, oh, there we go. We could use that. Cool.
One of them is a scroll
Identify?
of magic.
Identify is not first level, is it?
Identify is first level.
Oh yeah, then I'll choose identify.
All right.
thought
One
that
of
was the
them
second
is
one.
a scroll of magic missiles, and one of them is a scroll of identify.
Boom. Random.
Eh,
Randomly needed.
randomly what meeting?
Way to go, Dan. Magic missiles. I don't know how to spell, so if it's spelled wrong, please fix it.
I would, but I don't know how to spell the other. C's in English, man.
Yeah, I got B's.
Okay, I
but
got
can't
this.
spell.
I was my middle school spelling bee champion. I got this.
let's go.
There it is. Perfect. The hero we need.
5.
I'm the one you
You knew it
deserve.
would come in handy one day.
I know I spelled missiles wrong. I think I spelled measles.
So, do you
Yeah,
want to
no.
use?
Hold on,
Would
I
you
got
like
this.
to? Would you like to use the scroll on the flail?
That's a party decision. I say yes. That's a party decision.
I mean, I'm all right with
There's
that.
a flail and there's also the staff.
There's the staff. Yep.
Either or we could hold on to it for something more powerful. Whatever you guys.
Yeah.
How are we gonna know it's
Perhaps
more powerful?
someone in Whitestone would be able to identify some of these.
Yeah, there you go. We could find somebody to identify, and we're going back. So,
I mean, yeah,
They
if you
both
wanted to
look
save it.
equally shiny. Say how.
Yeah.
so wait, flail. So does like a flail is the it's the ball and chain. So does
Yeah.
it? So
It's a martial
like,
weapon.
Does anybody look like they could use this or wants it? Because if you want
Cortanus
it,
could certainly use it.
Unit.
Or Dan could use it.
I was gonna say, or Dan could use it.
Yeah, I could see
Sayao
that.
could use it.
Father fight?
I mean,
Father
if
Fight could technically use it. Yeah.
if we wanna do that,
It's a
then
strength-based
do it.
weapon, so probably best in the hands of someone who's.
I am very strong.
My strength
We
is
have her.
average.
Father, stop fucking with us. You're not that strong, all right?
Damn, that's rude. I believe you're strong, father.
Alright, I'm just scooping
Certainly
coins into my
brave,
bag.
if not-
Yeah.
See, he's gonna be real strong after he carries all these coins out of here.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, if you guys want to
Fuck,
identify
boy.
it, go ahead.
I
I'll just
have
take it out of the inventory.
I have
What would
patience to wait.
Okay.
Would you,
then
That's
we'll
would you
fine,
just-
yeah.
ident- identify
don't
the
need-
flail?
No, they
No,
said
we
they'll
don't need
wait.
to know now. We'll just find out when we.
Yeah, we'll ask Keeper Yenin or somebody if we can find like.
Keeper Yenon's a
something like that.
cleric, not a wizard.
You know,
Clerics don't identify
A
things.
We'll
cleric
find
wizard.
someone.
A clerical
Find a
wizard.
knowledge cleric.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So we will make our way back to the boat if anybody has any other objections.
If it's still there.
Wait. I want to keep an eye for
Yes,
the green mushrooms
Yeah.
on the way back.
The mushrooms are like to the when we came in. They're on the right.
They're actually right next to the boat.
Yeah,
Aha!
I didn't see that though. I guess I think.
Yeah, you guys saw that green glow, but then you got distracted by.
Father fight kills.
By
right?
people
That's what that
attacking
was.
us.
Yes.
Nice stuff. All right,
Yes,
we
they are
got-
bioluminescent mushrooms.
Oh,
Cool.
I'm gonna go to the kitchen and grab as much salt as I can.
Salt?
Okay, you find a big 5-pound sack of salt.
We are protected
Take
from
them away.
ghosts.
All right, I'm gonna pick some of the mushrooms.
You pick some of the mushrooms. They stay glowing as you pick them.
Oh.
I walk
Um,
up there with them and I say, "Hey, are these the kind of mushrooms that like mess with your mind?"
I don't know. Eat one.
Make a nature check.
Me or him?
These are the kind of mushrooms that grow out of bat shit.
You want me
Guano
or
mushrooms.
Shango to make
All right.
the?
I mean, yeah, or both.
Anybody who would like to try and make a nature check can make one.
All right.
I still go with the vote of
Let's
just
go!
eating it.
Damn.
You guys realize
I don't need.
there's other numbers on the die.
Nope.
I guess this program is broken.
It's not broken. It's been this way. You either roll really
Alright.
high, you roll really.
Cortanis, they were all waiting there patiently for you. It looks like the one gentleman has managed to drag the body, has like wrapped up his wife in cloth and dragged the body to the boat and put it in.
Where's
The
all the
others,
prisoners? No one helped them?
Well, you know, they were all desperate to get out of there, and he was the only one that decided he wanted to stick around for that. So, but anyway, they're all
Damn.
waiting there for you at the boat. You don't think that the boat can carry all of you, all of them, and all of the treasure.
Well,
Okay.
sorry, prisoners. You're gonna have to stay here.
Looking over his shoulder at that.
However,
No,
the
I didn't say
nature-
that. That's not canon.
The mushrooms are look like they are natural mushrooms. Like as you look at them and examine them, Django and Noxus, they look like if it wasn't for the glow to them, the bioluminescence essence,
Mhm.
they are mushrooms that specifically grow in caves like this where there's salt water nearby, and the bioluminescence comes from them growing on the white stone. So they are mushrooms that are infused with residuum itself.
I bet that'll really mess with me.
Cool.
And as I slowly put it close to my mouth, if Shango will stop me.
I do not
Do it.
recommend it, but I
Do
am
it.
not.
I recommend it. Do it.
I wing a big handful of salt at his face.
What the, I dropped the mushroom. What'd you do that for?
That was good too.
Fucking, you don't know what it's gonna do to you. You might become one of them. Don't fucking. Come on, use your brains.
Alright, I have brains.
Peeking around the corner.
Um,
What is all the ruckus?
He was gonna eat a mushroom.
They look good.
They don't look good. He's a liar.
They are glowing. I would still not recommend eating them, but they're glowing.
See? They're good.
Shango, are you done picking them?
Yes.
All right. I know this is not going to work, but it's going to make me feel. I'm going to the earth.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to salt the earth. I'm just going to take the salt and I'm going to.
You're just gonna throw salt all over the place?
Yeah, I'm going to salt the earth.
Okay.
Solid.
What is it? Supernatural? What the fuck?
There's not really. It's less earth and it's more stone.
It's to make me feel better.
Okay. It makes you feel. You spread a bunch of
also-
salt all over the place. Your hands are all dried out. From
I just
handling
look
My,
at-
all
my
the
last
salt.
my last three actions were hide in plain sight, cry, and salt earth. I'm not in a good place right now.
I literally just look at him strangely, like not even going to stop you.
No, your
Go
last
for it.
three
Thus is
actions
just like
were,
more cringing
crop.
about all the mess that he's making.
I don't understand.
So Noxus will look at everybody and try and like delegate how we're gonna do this, and just like, yeah, we're not all fitting on that boat. So
What's gonna have to
Nice.
happen is everyone's gonna have to go there, and we're gonna have to bring the boat back to get the treasures that we found.
I'd like to
Or-
take
Should we
this
perhaps
opportunity.
search the entrance area now that this particular portion has been cleared?
True, we could try to find his boat.
yeah. Wait, why
You
don't we
know where his boat is.
Where's his boat?
Speaking,
His
The
boat
Aha!
is
Out
Yes.
front.
you passed his boats on the way in. Remember?
Why don't we just do that?
speaking of boats, there is still several ships out there.
That's what I'm talking about. Is those ships?
Yeah, with crews hostile to us.
Oh,
Well, let's go have some fun.
I'm gonna grab White Main's. Anyone have a knife?
I hand him my sword.
I'm going to cut off his head.
Actually, no, I have a dagger. I hand him my dagger.
Cortana
Yeah.
cut his head off with the final blow. If I
Oh,
remember.
she did?
Oh
I'm
no,
just gonna
they
grab
didn't
it.
cut the head off, just made a very large dent in the back of the skull.
Oh, that's-
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna cut the head off.
okay.
Do I have to roll for it, or do I just cut his head off?
No, you just cut his head off. He's not.
Cool,
He
I'm
can't
gonna-
stop you at this point.
Perfect. I'm gonna carry that with us.
Okay. You're holding by the dreads the
My
head
thought was simply
of
that
Captain
there could be
Whitemane.
something in, not on the water, but towards
Oh.
the front entrance that could be of use or be able to get around any allies on those ships.
You're talking about the land entrance that you
Yes.
guys chose not to
Yeah.
come through. Yeah.
Right.
Aye.
The land entrance does not connect back to the shore. as
It does not
far
connect
as I
back to the
understand.
shore, but you can follow the roads through the Alabaster Sierras back to Whitestone from.
Well,
There.
Would we know by, the area if that were the more dangerous route?
It's hard to say. By sea, you could get attacked by pirates or other sea creatures. By mountain, there's also dangerous creatures there. So,
Yeah.
and you ran in, to those ogres. You'll remember.
The mountain creatures do not have several cannons pointed at us. I recommend we go through the mountain pass.
Well,
and
here's the thing.
abandon
Tis
abandon
more-
the captain waiting for us outside.
No,
Instead of-
It is more the
That's
idea
the
that we
captain.
have at least one round that can go in the boat. It is whether we wish to make a second trip.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. If we go the mountain way, we have 5 people we need to protect, and somebody might die depending on what we find. No offense to you guys. I'd rather not see you die. Here's the
We
other thing.
appreciate that. We'd
And
rather
yeah.
not see us die either.
Now, if
And
we
we
go...
have if you take the landway, you also have a captain we're leaving behind. Captain, I forgot her name. Shoot.
Nadine.
Nadine,
Nadine.
No, they left.
she was going to leave today.
Yeah, they left.
She didn't come back.
I thought they're waiting for us to come back.
She said she would wait for you for like 48 hours, and if you didn't come back, she was going to leave.
Yeah, she
If
said
she
was
didn't,
gonna
if she
head
didn't
back.
hear from you.
Yeah.
we
I
could've
think
seen
that would be the better route is to go back to that ship with one of their ships
Mhm.
and then just get everything on there in one trip.
Yeah. So I think we should go and get on one of their ships, either talk or fight our way onto it, and
I had
then
the
just
head.
go back. Yeah. And then go back to the ship, drop them off, and get everything that we and then we'll have our own ship. Or we can scuttle
We
it.
don't.
Well, I mean, you'd have your own ship, but you wouldn't have a crew to operate it. You can't
We
operate a
don't-
ship by yourself.
We don't need another ship, do we? We just need another. Like, we just need to make
We
two
just need
trips.
a bigger ship to make the one trip,
Yeah, like
Potentially
we
two
need
other
either
ships full
two-
of hostiles.
or like another ship the
No, no.
same size. So we
All right,
can
hold
get-
on. I
Hold
think
on, hold on. We don't.
Yeah.
We need to make 2 trips with the rowboat.
Right.
The big ship that's waiting
Correct.
outside is good to carry everybody. It's just a rowboat that's sitting in front of us.
Correct.
Yes.
Perfectly, my lord.
Not gonna. Yeah, we'd have to make 2 trips.
Right.
So I suggested we bring the people that were in prison there first, and then come back for the gold. But then I was alerted to the fact that there's another ship we could probably go look at to see if there's more. A bigger ship that we can use to get over there?
Well,
Yeah,
here's
there's
the if you'll remember, sitting in the cove, that was the entrance to the cave that allowed you to come in here on the small rowboat. There were the 3 ships that belonged to Captain Whitemane that were essentially docked or anchored in the little cove harbor bay. And there was one big like galleon-looking ship, and
Yep.
2 smaller, faster ships, but also equipped with cannons and stuff.
And you said
the ship
that they
that you
were.
came on, Captain Nadine's ship, basically they stopped far enough away where the glare would allow them to not be seen, and then you guys took the rowboat in and snuck past at night using the glare, or during the day using the glare.
Yeah.
We're able to sneak past those bigger ships that just had skeleton crews on them to essentially keep watch.
So we should be able to take them, no problem. In my opinion, if we were to go on that ship.
We don't have a crew to sail those smaller ships, do we?
Yeah,
We have
to
enough
operate
people?
the galleon would require dozens of sailors.
What about the smaller ships?
The smaller ships, you'd still need the only people who in your party who are trained in that is, I believe, Erdan and Noxus, and you'd need at least another 6 to 10 people.
What is the chances of us finding rowboats on those ships?
On the big one,
Yep.
almost certainly.
Okay, so we could find a second rowboat and then just take
Yeah.
2.
We could-
On the
Yeah.
smaller ones, maybe.
Yeah, see, there we go. That makes it 10 times easier. Then we don't have to worry about an extra boat. We can just actually get a rowboat rather than worry about the ships.
Why don't we avoid conflict and take this rowboat back to Nadine's ship and come back to pick up the rest with the same rowboat?
Because we might get spotted by the other ships.
Do you think the crew will fight the party that just killed the captain?
That's why I'm saying we can go to their ship and be like, boom, here's his head, we killed him, and just take one of their rowboats.
And then
And then
they
we'd
can
have
go
2.
and do what they want. Yeah.
We could take the 2 trips, that's true, but I mean,
Here's the thing. We're going to have to take the 2 trips. We're going to have to take a trip to that boat and then come back and collect whatever we got to collect. I say if we're going to do the ship where we say, hey, we killed your captain, we leave the people here so that they're safe.
we let them take the rowboat.
But how are we all? Okay, I
No,
see
we
what you
need
mean. I see what you mean.
All right,
We all,
I think we could talk them down. We could
I
talk
think-
to them.
I think that might be the safest option because if we go the other route, it might be a little tougher to get through
I mean-
because I think it was longer.
Technically, we're just going off the assumption that we show these guys their captain's head and they don't get super aggressive.
Right. That is
That's
an
the
assumption.
I'm just going with that. Like, I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm just gonna assume that's gonna work. It could go horribly wrong.
Right. Let's. All right. How about this? Let's make a group vote, and whatever the majority is, we do regardless of what people think. All right.
So what are the choices?
So the choices are: we take the mountain pass, and Nadine just meets us back where she meets us. And the other choice is we go by sea and meet up back with Nadine, and go by way of annoying the pirates.
All right. So one choice is we take the mountain pass. The other choice is we go back by sea, either whatever that involves, whether it's just making 2 trips or whatever it is.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I say by sea.
so that's 1 by sea,
I'll
By
say
sea.
by sea.
2 by sea,
By sea.
3,
I see.
Mountain pass.
4 by sea, 1 by the mountain pass. Sao?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. All right. So by sea. So how do you guys want to go about leaving by sea?
I say going on the ship and talking them down.
So getting 2 rowboats.
So we can make 1 trip rather than 2.
Well, here's the thing. I guess something to consider. You're going to row out to one of the big ships that used to belong to Captain Whitemane with just you on your rowboat, or just you and your treasure on your rowboat, or you and the prisoners on your rowboat?
Certainly not the prisoners. They have been through
Yeah.
enough.
So you're going to tell them to stay here while you go out and get another.
Yes.
Or I thought they were docked.
Well, they're not docked. They're anchored.
They're not docked.
Oh.
They're anchored in like the bay.
Okay.
We may wish
That
us to
change-
simply
that
bring the
changes it
prisoners
for
back
me
to
then.
Nadine's
I-
ship and then work from there.
At that point, that changes it for me. I thought they were docked so we could get to them by.
Oh no.
At
yeah.
that point, I say just take the rowboat 2 times. It's fine.
Okay. I mean, we could do that, Sayao, but I don't know. I don't know how. I think we should go with what Erdan's saying and take 2 trips and risk the stealth, because if trying to get on the boat may be a little difficult.
I mean, technically, how long have we been here, DM?
In the caves.
Yeah, do we have an idea?
From the time you left Nadine's ship to now has probably been 2 or 3 hours. Not even 1 or 2
So-
hours.
Is it getting to like sunset, or is the glare still out? Or
You guys went at noon when the glare was highest, so you'd have the best chance to not be seen.
so it's going down a little bit.
It's probably
So-
going down a little bit. It's probably like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, if you had to guess.
It's not like night is a bad time to go either in the dark.
True.
Would you want to wait till night and go at night?
It's up to you guys. I'm down to do whatever.
I say we do the first trip now.
Do the first trip now. Get
Yep.
the prisoners there, get it done with, and then go again at night to grab the gold.
Certainly.
Sounds good to me.
Or we could do this. We could just send the prisoners out, tell them where to go, and then tell Nadine to send.
I don't think
somebody
that's a
back.
great idea. I don't agree with that one.
I would not let them be by themselves.
No. They may not
Okay.
know how to sail at all.
Good point. I didn't want to split the party. I was going to say, at least Erdan
We
and
all
I
can
with
go.
them. Yeah.
The gold's
Just
not
work-
going anywhere.
Yeah, you say that now. But yeah, let's do it.
We can hide it if you'd like.
Let's do that. I'd feel a lot more confident if we hit it.
There, kind of looks like that, except not a tropical paradise.
Aw.
But like, see how the ship's sitting in the middle of the bay, like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
kind
this wasn't the
of
sort of thing where there was any the front entrance. There was no way to like go through it, and then further along the coast to meet up with Nadine again elsewhere, to stay away from those ships.
yeah. No,
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's just make the 2 trips. Let's if you guys want to start out now, let's start out now, or we can hide the treasure. Because I'd feel a lot better if we hid the treasure and then come back for it.
We can leave someone with the treasure. I mean, it's
Dude.
we got to make sure that nobody makes off with it. Because now
Well,
in
if
the
we
front
hide it,
end,
I don't-
Point of clarification, DM, can we fit all people in the boat? Like
you
all the
can
prisoners?
you can fit. You essentially look at it like thirds. You can fit all of yourself and either the treasure or the prisoners.
Okay, but we can fit all prisoners and all party members.
You can fit all prisoners and all party members if you leave the treasure.
Got it.
Yeah, let's can we at least hide the treasure? Then we'll come back for. You guys want to do that?
If it
Yeah, that's-
eases
that's
your
fine with
conscience. If it eases your conscience. I am not very
Yeah.
attached to gold, but
Yeah, personally, I don't care what happens to the gold. I say get the prisoners back.
Well, John doesn't, but it's just how Noxus is.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, Shanghai
Yeah.
doesn't care about the gold, but if it makes you happy, you
Yeah.
can hide
My
it.
first,
So
my
you hide the treasure, however you'd like, wherever you'd like,
Maybe up there, whatever that is.
wherever, and you all pile into the rowboat. It sits a little bit lower in the water time than when it was just the party, obviously, but it manages to hold the weight, and you begin to row back out to the ship, out to the North Beacon. Captain Nadine's ship. I would like a set of group stealth checks. Those who are proficient with sea vehicles can make their stealth check with advantage, I'll say.
Woo!
Well, I
Proficient with what?
rolled a 20, so let me see if I get a natural.
Water vehicles.
Okay, so mine's a 20.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll go
boy.
down the line here in a minute. Sayal, what'd you get?
19.
19. Shango?
16.
Noxus? 20.
20.
Erdan?
13.
Kurtanis?
10.
And Fike?
12.
12. Okay.
Plus
All
8.
right.
to
Wow.
Stealth, and he got a 4. No.
So at one point, one of the prisoners falls into the water, but you're able to pull them out and get back to Nadine's ship. Actually, as you're pulling up to the ship, she looks down as who's the first one up out of the rowboat?
Probably the prisoners.
Probably
I mean-
the prison. Well, the first one of the party. Who's the first one of the party?
I would Erdan.
Erdan. So as she like kind of puts a hand out as you're like climbing up like the rope net, ladder type thing, that they like throw over the side so that people can climb up out. As she kind of like puts her hand out to like help you up over the last spot, she goes, "Well, I'll be damned. I probably didn't think I'd see you again."
And then I show her the head. We got him.
Oh, she kind of
Got
like
him, coach.
recoils, like, "Oh, that's not necessary.
Hey. I mean,
Come
we
on
needed
now.
proof.
That's not necessary.
We need proof. This is our proof.
That's fine, but you can put it in a bag or something."
Yeah. And I just kind of walk away.
She looks. She's like, "Very well. Who's the next one up? Who's
I
the
can
next
go
one
next. I'll go next.
Shango? She goes, "Well, who are all these folks?"
We have met some additional friends in the caverns that are in need of a better home.
Very well. We can at least take them back to the. We can at least take them back to the fishing village.
That's all we ask. We will be in your favor. Yeah.
Very well. I guess I underestimated all of you.
It appears so.
Well done. So we should probably pull anchor and make way then.
Hey guys, are we not going back?
We're going back.
You're going back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
there was
Why?
a bit of, let us say, compensation that some of our colleagues wish to
We're getting the
retain.
treasure from the pirates to give back to the town,
Oh.
and of course to give some to you for getting us out here.
Oh. Well, then by all means, don't let me stop you.
Yeah, and Noxus is still kind of in the boat. He was probably going to be the last one out. Just-
So you're down at the boat like, no, we're going back.
Yeah,
guys,
Yeah.
guys,
He's like, guys, what are you doing?
Hey guys.
Stop going up the
All right.
ladder.
So you
Where are you
guys,
going on the boat? Where are you getting on the boat?
are
Come
you
back.
guys gonna head back to head back?
Do you want to do that now, or do you want to wait till night?
Is it
Whatever you
night?
guys want to do.
No, it's
No.
it's
We just
probably
got
like
out.
4 in the afternoon, 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
It'll probably be night by the
Yeah,
time
well-
we come.
Yeah, we'll wait for night.
However, it's strange with the sun at such a low angle. It's actually the glare is increased.
Let's do it.
Ooh, let's
Do
go.
it. Let's go.
No. DM gave us advantage. Go.
You guys, so you're all going back.
Oh yeah.
That's a-
All right.
Get in the
so-
boat, we get
Apologize
halfway.
to the
Blair just
captain,
kind of
but-
disappeared. Sorry.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
But
We'll be
Kratos
right
will
back.
apologize
We'll be right back.
for other colleagues for the head thing before heading down. Just shaking her head.
I'm just gonna put it in her hands and be like, "Can you?" He gets his snack every hour on the hour.
All right, stealth checks from everyone. Again, if you have proficiency with with water vehicles, you can make it with advantage.
Thank the Lord for the advantage.
And I don't have to roll stealth checks for the prisoners, so
Boom!
Natty 20!
there's 20s everywhere tonight.
How
I'm
many
so
is that?
happy
Is
that
it
I
like
can.
4
I
or
can
5?
I'm so happy
Everybody
that I
gets
know how
one.
to ride in a boat.
Both of you.
Never thought I'd be on a boat.
Where are my flippy floppies?
I'm on a boat.
Motherfuckers, don't you know who I am?
I'm on a boat and
You can totally be a mumble rapper.
I'm going fast and
Fair enough.
Oh.
okay, we're done.
So you guys, without issue, row back, and as you're pulling into the cave, the sun turns to that purple color and begins to disappear behind the horizon as you pull back into the cave, to find it much as you left it. Pretty much the same as you left it, about a couple hours previously.
Yeah, we'll all make a mad dash for the places that we hit the goal.
It
Take
appears to be undisturbed from where you placed it.
Yeet.
You climb back into the boat. The boat weighted down almost as much as it was when you had the other passengers in it. You guys can make one last set of stealth checks as you head back. Same rules for the water vehicle peoples.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Oh,
Oh,
You
why
need
do I
one more
not have
hand.
advantage on?
I don't know
Sleight
why
of
you didn't
Animal.
have
yeah,
advantage.
I fucked up. My bad.
Boom!
hand. Hey, Trey, you steal some gold?
I'm still in the boat. I'm still in the boat.
Hey, where did the boat go?
I would like everyone to make a perception check. That must be the worst pirate I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Have out of
What do you
me!
have out of me? As he rows off in the sunset.
So Erdan, you people who have seen you previously forget about seeing you.
Wow, you guys are rude.
And I'm
I'm
sitting
right
right next to him and
here!
I forget about
Like, how can we miss
But-
you if you don't leave?
As you make your way out, the sun or the moon, the sun has completely disappeared, with the moon out, which gives you extra cover, but in a different, in a very different way. But with the sounds of the ocean crashing against the rocky shores of the Alabaster Sierras helps to cover what noise that your oars make, and you're able to finally make it back to the North Beacon with all your treasure. As Nadine has left the rope ladders down, as you climb back up on, she says, "So, what's my take?"
And just look to. What was someone counting earlier? Noxious and far
Well, what do you want to?
I say give her 10 platinum.
How much
Unless
do
you
we
guys want to give her
have?
more. We have like 90, 80, 104. 104
Sold
platinum.
to an American.
90, 80,
I like it.
104, 7.
I like
You
that.
wanna get
Those
more
are
than
lucky numbers for tomorrow, apparently.
Yeah, that's like 1,000 gold, right?
Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
Yeah,
One
it's
platinum equals 10 gold.
Okay.
Hey, you
So
wanna give her
yeah,
that or you wanna give her more?
I'd say 10 platinum. Fine.
So I'll
10
give her 10
platinum would be 100 gold pieces.
100 gold.
Oh, 100 gold? Is that good
Yeah,
enough?
10 platinum would be 100 gold pieces.
Is that more than enough? You guys want to give her more?
You're tipping your waiter 700%.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we
she
give her
she
10
was
we
gonna
give her
do
10
this for free. I think it's
I am
Okay.
not a seafarer.
She says, "Well, platinum. I have not seen platinum in quite some time."
Well, there you go.
Thank thee for thy
and
help,
she goes,
Captain.
"It is my pleasure. Should you ever need my services again, do not hesitate to get in touch with me."
Oh, we will. We will. But how do we get in touch with you?
You'll have to figure that out, dear.
Okay. I mean, I can give you 10 more gold if,
I mean, I'm not going to say no, but I don't know how. I don't. you'll have to figure out how you're going to get in touch with me, dear. I don't have some magical device that I can give you that will allow you to stay in touch with me.
Do you usually traverse these waters up north?
I usually stick to the shearing channel. You can find me sailing all over northern Taldore and southern Wildmount.
That is how we shall find you again.
I'll give you 10 gold just because I said I would, so I'm not a jerk.
I ain't gonna say no. And she and she takes it out of your hand, and she says, "Should I set a course for home?"
Aye, aye, Captain.
Very well.
Can't hear you.
As like with the extra 10 gold and stuff like that, Kratan's just watching that and then kind of quietly mutters to Shango, "Methinks he doth wish to certainly touch something."
But a zinger! You can take inspiration for that, and
You doth aren't wrong.
points for that as well.
You doth be right.
She's not. She's more into warm-blooded creatures. Sorry.
Ha
No matter what you are, you're not sleeping with an NPC in Bill's campaign.
No,
care
that's
what.
not true.
I know. I'm
You
just
just
messing with you, buddy.
you're a dragonborn. That's not really her bag.
Gotta experience something new sometimes. You know, don't they say something about dragon bones with big tails?
Anyway, you guys spend. We'll go back to here.
She's not the
And
mother of
then-
dragons.
That, and then I gotta change this. So over the course of the next several days,
Several.
you sail back down the coast from the
Get your
salted
wax ready.
bluffs, from the salted bluffs down to the small fishing village, Alabaster Fishing Village. Is there anything that any of you would like to be doing on the ship over the course of the several days that you'll be traveling?
I will be in.
Go ahead.
I said first. You go first.
Okay. I'm gonna search out Edan.
Sorry?
I'm gonna search out Edan at some point.
Okay.
Probably like the midday the next day or so, relatively soon after.
Okay.
He'll
Yeah,
find
you
me
guys-
reading a book.
Yeah,
Is he
you
reading
guys.
his book?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I'm
guys
reading my
get.
book.
Yeah, you guys get through your first day of travel. You get a long night's rest in, so you all get healed up and your spells get restored.
Oh, thank
and
goodness.
all of that.
Yay!
I was like at 8 fucking hit points that entire thing.
Hey, DM, does that mean my temporary hit points from like my my class feats would go away and my
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But about midday of the next day, you find Erdan in his usual spot reading his book.
I see you're back to your studies, my brother.
Of course. Always studying.
Has it given you any insight yet?
Is it enchanting? It's just the basics. I mean, it's giving me a little bit of basic enchanting.
How much do you feel like you can learn from the book?
Probably a few spells to put a bit of an elemental flair on my weapon, but that's about it.
I'm glad to offer what I can in the limited knowledge I have gained from my tribe and Keyleth herself to trying to harvest your inner powers.
Oh, much obliged. Thank you.
Then I just want to spend a little bit of time. I don't know if you actually want to talk this out of like talking about like feeling into yourself for like innate power and innate spellcasting, which since I can't spellcast personally in real life, I don't know how that actually feels like.
How do you think it feels?
I mentioned that you like kind of focus out the outside world a little bit to, as people say, like reach down into yourself, and you feel this like excitement that bubbles up in yourself, and sort of like, you know, the feeling when you've been sitting for too long and you have this pent up energy, like you just need to go run around the block 5 times.
Yeah.
Like that kind of builds up, and then you siphon off a little bit of that and think of what you want to create to reform the purpose. Say, throw out a lightning bolt, and channel it then through your focus that you have, which could be whatever, to create the spell that you're looking for.
Mm.
So I try to convey that a little bit to him, and then over the course of the next day or so, do a couple small exercises where we just like let sparks fly between my fingers, and try to see if he can recreate that, sort of like making small static shocks kind of thing.
Do I start a fire when I'm trying this stuff?
I don't imagine you start a fire.
Dang.
But
Curse this level 2 of sorcery.
yeah, over the next couple of days, you guys kind of work together to kind of figure that out, and you guys discover that it is kind of different for each of you how it works. Though the results may be similar at times, the road that each of you takes to get there seems to be different.
I am hoping that in me teaching a fellow brother under the Stormlord, I shall advance myself in harvesting this power that has been given to us.
Anybody else have anything that they're up to?
I'd talk to Nadine a little bit more about sailing and figuring out some things that I wasn't able to learn under my previous captain, and just kind of just pick her brain about sailing and get more under my belt.
Okay. She spent some time showing you some things that you weren't as good at previously. You were usually more of dealing with the rigging and handling that. She gives you a little bit more instruction on navigation and plotting courses with maps and like a sextant and a compass, and navigating by the stars a little bit more, and then also being at the helm, being at the wheel, and some tricks with that. Yeah, you're feeling a little bit more confident, and you're a little bit more, and probably think that you could handle a crew of your own, maybe.
Ooh.
Cortana's, I guess while Shango's talking to Erdan, Cortana's might kind of be watching out the water and might check out what Father Fike's doing.
Okay. What's Fike up to?
Fike's mostly in his own head. He was actually going to go seek out Cortana's.
There you go.
Since she came to him,
Yeah, she's kind of like looking out over the water, but kind of like side glances over to him. Father, thou certainly proved thy bravery in those battles somewhat, but I am curious. Thou art what I would call a brave fool. Wherefore didst thou continually attempt to place thyself into harm?
I'll try, but you're quite the expertise fighter. I do say so myself, and definitely proved your merit. And that almost definitely had its metal tested a few times, and it was quite the display. An honor to see it.
I was simply doing my duty to my lord. But thou art somewhat of an enigma. Quite willing to sacrifice thyself, and yet thou wert crying before, wert thou not?
That was the first human life that I've ever participated in taking away.
Ah, yes. Follower of Serenray, correct?
Correct. And I don't think it's me.
Sorry, you're cutting out a lot.
Oh, I don't think taking life is necessarily in my wheelhouse, so to speak.
She just, like, ponders that a moment. Like, thou couldst have fooled me at some points, but I can understand. Somewhat. It's
Does
not
it,
all are meant for such a thing.
Does it get easier? I mean, I make no assumptions, but you seemed like you didn't have a problem with the act.
I know not whether I would consider it either easier going along, but I have a duty to perform, and I perform it. 'Twas the pact that I made, and I hath no intention of backing down, death or not. If thou art not ready, I would suggest potentially a different path, Father, but I am on the path that I need to be.
Well, I'll stick around for a little bit, but keep everybody in good spirits, all that.
'Tis certainly a somewhat of a strong point thou bringest. Thou savest many people the previous day, so if thou art worried about death, perhaps 'tis thy second chance in return. Theirs.
I find solace in that. Thank you.
Of course.
And I just stare out into the ocean for a little bit.
You smolder. and-
No, I didn't say I smolder. It depends. Does my 11 charisma automatically make any sentence I say a smolder?
No, I mean, do you give that 1,000-yard stare out across the horizon?
Tears turn into diamonds.
Yes. No, you gotta roll for that. You can't make your shit turn into diamonds.
And just because I can, just for flavor, I just want to bless Cortanus
Okay.
for that.
Indeed.
Like, look a little curious at that, but I know not if any gods would have me anymore, Father, but I appreciate the attempt.
You rest under the sun. She watches over us. That's enough for me.
Perhaps she should save her blessing for my lord. But thank thee.
Seo sends. I'm sorry, have you guys done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys see Seo spend the first day or day and a half by himself, kind of staring off into the horizon, but afterwards begins to come around and tries to be a little bit more part of the group. Having fun. Does anybody go fishing with their fishing rod that they brought?
Does Seo want to be a test subject to see if I can zap him?
Seo, do you allow yourself to be a test subject for zapping?
That's friendship.
Just two guys electrocuting each other. It's great.
Yeah. Totally platonic. It's a totally platonic sparks flying between us.
I think I see.
Totally up to him.
God damn it! I was just about to say it. I think I see a spark in between them too.
Oh, good. That's what I'm going for.
Anyway, after a couple days, you find your way back to that fishing village. And then a few more days of overland travel. Getting away from the ocean as the sound of it begins to disappear into the distance, and the sounds of a town begin to creep up begin to creep up on your ears over the last mountain pass. As you come out over the last ridge of the Alabaster Sierras and look down into the valley to see the city and castle of Whitestone, a familiar and pleasing sight to see in the distance. After so many days and nights at sea, and so many days and nights sleeping on in bedrolls and whatnot, some of you are very happy to think that you might be able to actually sleep in a room with a fireplace and a bed and have a hot cooked meal as you arrive back in Whitestone. Not to mention all the money that is owed you by the Chamber of Whitestone. So as you guys make your way towards the front gate of Whitestone, the closest gate to you would be the western gate over here. What would you like to do?
Or check on the head to see if
The-
it's reeking.
The head is starting to get a little ripe.
Does it still look like his head, though?
But it does still look like his head, and Fike's
Perfect.
thrown quite a bit of salt in there to try and help preserve it.
Perfect.
You said it wasn't gonna help. And you said,
I would think.
Honestly, I don't
a lot-
believe that the
Cooking white
hat
maid.
would have been enough.
I agree with Cortana's. She is right. A lock or the head should probably have sufficed.
I already cut it off. I wasn't gonna just leave it there.
To each their own.
But as you guys come in through the western gate, back into the city, it's actually, as you come in, it's only about mid-morning, and you can see plenty of the shops and stuff are still getting set up. You smell the delicious scent of baked goods coming from the Slayer's cake.
Yeah. Shall we head to turn in our success?
Of course.
Head to turn in the head.
I
Yeah.
concur. I believe we should.
All right, you guys head up to Castle Whitestone. As you arrive, the appear to recognize you as you get closer and make way for you until you get to the front gate, where the front gates of the castle are opened up to you. You're brought into the main foyer, and standing there waiting for you, as it appears one of the guards had sent word ahead, is the old, wrinkled face with the white hair of Keeper Yenin. As he stands there with a couple of guards, one of which of the guards is holding a pretty decent-sized chest in both hands in front of him. As you come in, he says, welcome back. It appears that you, if achieve me, have been successful."
And I just go yes and pull the head right out and put it right in front of me.
Oh,
Oh,
yes. And he kind of motions for the other guard to step forward. The other guard kind of steps forward and reaches out and kind of like holds it up and away from his body, taking the head from you.
Cortana is really trying to like
Perfect.
not
I just
breathe through her nose at all.
I just drop it straight in his arms.
yeah.
And he kind of like says, the father or Keeper Yenin turns to him and says, "Can you deal with that?" He nods at the keeper and exits, holding the head like in both hands out away from his body, with his head kind of turned to the side. He says, "Well done. Ridding the disease of that dreaded white mane will save many a life, allow me to assure you, and protect Whitestone's trade routes between here and Wildmount into perpetuity until someone else decides they want to take up his trade. I must ask, however, were you able to confirm what rumors we were able to get out of those that turned themselves in, and perhaps understand what was going on up there?
I
Yes,
believe our
yes,
lord
we're-
hath learned. And she'll look to Shingo.
Yeah. I'll step up and bow to him. If you allow me, Keeper, we have found evidence and sources of Captain Whiteman dabbling in what borders on necromancy.
At the mention of necromancy, you see his facial expressions shift to a much more serious, stoic, and almost as if he just kind of like waved his hand in front of his face, and his facial expression changed, and he says, "This is disconcerting."
It is indeed, Keeper. It appears that he has been underdoing studies of trying to reap what benefits he thought he sees in the undead to bestow upon his crew to gain the upper hand in battle.
This is extremely disconcerting. How were you able to put together this hypothesis or theory?
For one, the entire crew we encountered in his domain was skeletal and undead. For two, we encountered his research notes in his private dormitory.
Were you able to bring them back with you?
We were indeed.
May I? And he
I-
kind of holds
yeah.
his hand out.
I pull out the notes from wherever I have them.
He begins feverishly going through the notes.
Yeah. I'll start explaining a little bit. Just kind of assuming he doesn't really know what alchemy works. It'll be like, oh, like here is a.
Yeah, he
ingredient
starts
and here's
going,
this
yes,
one."
yes, I can see. And then I understand why he had to use this as a stabilizing agent. It appears he has some training in either alchemy or herbalism.
Ah, I see you are well versed in yourself.
Well, I sometimes divine healing isn't always needed. One can ply their trade with their hands. They don't always need to turn to their lord's power.
Wise words, wise words.
But he examines it and I'm sure you won't mind if we hold on to allow some of our researchers to look into it deeper. Try and figure out what it exactly was he was trying to accomplish to make sure we can put an end to such nonsense in the future. This town has a specific relationship with necromantic magics.
I would
Thomas
not
looks very
be.
confused by that, but
He has a very he's like the second Cortanus. It's so obvious you don't need to make it like the second necromancy was brought up. The entire like feel of the room changed. He went from being like this jovial, like, "Hey, good job, you guys got the bad guy," to like this. Wait, what the fuck?
I have no objections, but I would like to ask a favor. If you wouldn't mind me copying down some of the notes, as I'm quite interested.
He looks at you extremely curiously.
As I'm quite interested in understanding arcane powers and studies.
He looks at you and says, "Necromancy, young man, is not a school of magic one should seek to dabble in."
Do not mistake myself. I do not plan on dabbling into necromancy myself.
Then why on earth would you want to look further into this?
I am very curious and interested in anything that relates to magical, arcane, and even divine nature.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, there's the first low roll.
He says, as he kind of like, because right now you guys are kind of both holding the sheets. He kind of wrests them from your hands and says, "Trust me, son." From someone who's lived a long time and seen the kind of effects that this magic can have on people. You want none of it. And he folds the papers up and puts them in a safe place on his body.
Keeper, perhaps
Very well.
the question my lord would have instead would be, is there anyone that could be willing to teach him somewhat about the magic with which he has found himself?
You found the words I was looking for. You're dying?
Sorry,
You need some water, Keeper.
I was drinking some. Yes, sorry.
Keep cleric!
I'm fine. Just need some water. Well, though we oft have powerful arcane practitioners here for long periods of time to study certain aspects of residuum and other things here in Whitestone. He kind of like looks off, like, don't worry about that. The only one who's seemed to kept up almost a permanent residence, and in fact moving his portable tower here, is the gentleman that goes by the name of Realmseer Eskel Rindarian.
That's a big name.
Yeah, Esco.
Let's see.
Pardon me, did you say portable tower?
Yes, it's a tower of his that he seems to be able to shrink down to the size of about a piece of like a game board piece for dragon chess, but then he places it in an open field and says the magic word, and it grows to a 5-story tower.
That is most intriguing.
Well, he's
Thomas
very
looks over. Hast thou never seen such a thing, my lord? Just very casually, like that's normal.
Yeah, that was like what, you didn't have one of those growing up?
Yeah. I assume Shango wouldn't have seen something like that, right?
You only had 20 servants? What?
Yeah. Cortanis is showing her golden age privilege.
It's not so much that, just she's very confused why everyone seems to be very surprised that wizards have towers that do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
actually kind of commonplace, that, and those of you who, haven't been living under a rock for the last 20 years know who Realmseer. I've probably heard of Realmseer Eskel Rindarian in passing from his involvement with the events surrounding the Chroma Conclave.
Okay, so I actually would know him.
You may have heard his name before.
Or heard the name before, yeah.
Yeah. He is a member of the Arcana Pensophical, about as much as you know. He is a very, very man, but
You cut out
He's
very,
a-
very man.
Yeah,
very,
that's very.
old man.
Ah.
Old.
Probably over a century old. But he's human. There's probably magics that of certain potions that one can use to extend one's life maybe by about 20-30 years. It essentially, you've heard things like that, but it's not necessarily full on like dabbling in like lichdom or anything like that. It's just something that like Yoda was able to keep himself alive for several hundred years because of his attachment to the Force. But
can you please repeat? He was the member
the Arcana Pensophical. But he is renowned for his obviously knowledge, and is a master of divination.
Huh. And perhaps this Realmseer might give it the knowledge thou seeketh, my lord.
Ha! I get it. Realm Seeker. That's why it's divination.
Realmseer.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I will be very curious to make the acquaintance of the Realmseer.
Yeah.
If possible.
Those of you who are proficient in magical stuff.
Arcana?
can make just a straight intelligence check.
Where's my intelligence?
I am not proficient in Arcana, but I
It
do
continues!
magic.
Shango, you
I'm quite curious.
again in your conversations with Keyleth heard about the Arcana Pensophical. The Arcana Pensophical, as Keyleth has known several members of the Arcana Pensophical, including Allura, Arcanist Allura Vysoren, as well as Realm Seer. She also knows and knew Realm Seer Eskel Rindarian. And as well as Elementalist Drake Thunderbrand, and all Taldore's greatest mages fought at the Battle of the Umbra Hills. They saw the incursion of demons and devils firsthand and were rightly terrified that the spawn of the betrayer gods could ever return to the world. This is information you would know, Cortanus, from the time that you're from. It was clear that, because this is the first time you've heard of an organization that apparently is still around from the time of that you lived. The Arcana Pensophical was an organization that was around during before the calamity. They fought at the Battle of Umber Hills, as I just said. It was clear that the divergence did not wholly prevent supernatural evil from infringing upon the world, and the mages of Exandria must prevent future surprises of this nature. The mistakes of the Age of Arcanum must never be repeated. Considering this, Uric Windkeeper, High Enchanter of Singorn, and well-respected Arcanist, reached out to the realm's most trusted and capable mages, and together they formed a private society called the Arcana Pensophical. The goals of the Arcana Pensophical are they're not hidden. The chief priority of these powerful arcane specialists is to maintain the truth of magic, quote unquote, a strict code enacted to never again allow the rampant misuse of magic seen in the Age of Arcanum. General members are referred to as guides, while the higher circle of members who deal in judgment and oversight are called makers. At least one member is established at each place of arcane learning. Membership is largely kept secret unless out of necessity, though the existence of the order is relatively common knowledge. Anyone found to be practicing magic is logged and checked up on routinely, as misuse of magic is grounds for arrest, judgment by the makers, and punishment outside of the local law. Even so, their reach and oversight are not without limits, and many dark and terrible dealings manage to go unseen by the Arcana Pensophical. The Arcana Pensophical is respected, if somewhat feared. I mean, you rolled a natural 20, so I'm just going to tell you everything. The Arcana Pensophical is respected, if somewhat feared, in most human settlements. Singorn and other elven communities see the Pensophical as allies, as the roots of the society begin with Uric, within Singorn itself. Craghammer only respects members that are dwarves and treat the rest with mistrust. Those that are dwarves are Drake Thunderbrand, Elementalist Drake Thunderbrand is the current dwarf member that you know of from Keyleth. The only members that you know of that are Allura Vysoren, because Keyleth told you, Elementalist Drake Thunderbrand, because Keyleth told you, because she knew that one, and Realm Seer Eskel Rindarian, who is a human mage. And what you know of him, what she told you, is he's a maker for most of his life. He grew frustrated with the politics and limitations of the order and retired to Western to pursue his own interests. But that changed after the attack of the Chroma Conclave, and he has been residing in Whitestone, mostly to study something about his ziggurat. But you remember seeing his tower just outside the city walls. or I mean, not outside the city walls, just outside the what's it called?
City talk.
Square.
Yeah, the Suntree Square there. Dawnfather Square.
Yeah, the place at the thing with that one
You know,
place.
the place with the thing and the guy and the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, right there. Gotcha.
But yeah. So that's what you know about the Arcana Pensophical and Realm Seer Eskel Rindarian.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So upon the mentioning that Realm Seer is around, Shango's eyes go bigger. Like, I shall hope to make his acquaintance while we are here.
Good luck. He's a bit of a recluse and a shut-in,
Would you happen to
and
be
he doesn't
able,
really like company.
Would you happen to be able to introduce us?
I mean, I can get it. He'll answer the door for me. After that, you're on your own.
It is a start.
However, I know he is spending the rest of his days, the rest of his day today, he will be spending in study beneath the castle, so he's unavailable and not to be disturbed.
Shall be much obliged if you find a suitable time.
Do you plan on staying in Whitestone for a while?
I see no reason not to.
Nox just shrugs his shoulders, not really knowing.
He
Yeah,
goes,
Talus looks around the group. I know certainly hath no new business yet.
I mean,
I don't know what we were supposed to do after this.
yeah, I mean, I kind of need to go to Amon for my own stuff, but you know.
I would like to accompany you to a but we don't need to leave today, do we?
I mean, for me, the sooner the better. I mean, I need to stop maybe in Stillben too. I'm looking for somebody, so I'm trying to find this person. So the faster I find him, the better.
Keeper, do you think we could get in contact with Rumseer tomorrow?
I can look into it for you.
Much obliged.
Well, I guess the only comes to the matter of payment then.
Aye.
How much do we owe you?
No, he pays us, Erdan.
What?
We did them a service. Remember, they hired us.
We did you a service. That was enjoyable. Okay. Whatever.
Yes, never mind. Sorry, Keeper Yenin.
I believe, what was the figure we agreed upon?
1,000 each, right, guys?
1,000 platinum each.
1,000 each.
I believe it was 1,000 gold pieces.
No, he's right. It's platinum. No, I'm kidding. You're right. That's
Platinum
gold.
sounds more like.
He goes, well, here you go, and he walks up. One of the guys, the guard that was standing there with the chest, walks forward, opens up the top, and there are 6 separate sacks of gold in there.
We take our own.
I'm going to give 200 gold back to Keeper Yenin. Hello, they gave us beforehand.
You broke up there.
Sorry,
You
you
went
went
robotic.
robot there.
Oh, all right. I'm going to give 200 gold back to Keeper Yenin for the 4 health potions he gave us initially on the trip as a donation to the Temple of Palor in town.
Okay. Well, the temple.
personal.
There's a couple temples in town. There's the Temple to Palor, which is out by the graveyard, and then there's the
Raven Queen.
no. Well, that's more of a shrine, and it's private and not public.
Got it.
But there is the temple to the lawbearer of Vandra, which is called. I'm blanking. It's called. Oh, what's it called? Dang it.
Dawnfather, Palor. Trying to see if I can help you
Oh, you
out.
just mean the temple itself, or
The name of the temple, yeah, hold on. Dawnfather Square.
There's no Saren right here. I know that.
Oh, the ladies'
Well,
chamber.
there is the ladies' chamber. Thank you. That's what it's called, the ladies' chamber. There is also the newest temple in town, which is a temple to Sarenrae.
Oh, there is a Saren right.
That Pike helped to construct.
Mm-hmm.
Famous member of Vox Machina, and probably the most famous Sarenrae in all of Exandria. But Keeper Yenin is the keeper of the ladies' chamber. So
That's the one. Whatever god he worships.
that's fine. I just
Take it to
wanted
another.
Yep.
Stick it.
Sorry. I consider myself a nerd.
You are a nerd.
Nerds. Nerds.
But he takes it and he says, "Oh, Avandra's blessing upon you, then, young man." To him, you're a young man.
I'm pretty young.
Yeah. Well, he's
Regardless.
he's got to be in his at least his 70s.
Oh yeah, fuck. He's
He's old.
probably very strong.
But he says, "Well, I thank you for the service you've provided, and the Chamber of Whitestone thanks you for the service you've provided, and the Dorolo family thanks you for the service that you've provided."
You're most welcome. Have you heard of the Dorolo family before? Did I miss that the first session?
I would imagine you have. Percival's like Vox Machina is like probably some of the most famous people in all of Tal'Dorei.
They're AC/DC basically.
Yeah, they're like
They're
like the Rolling Stones. They're
Who?
Yeah, they're like Motley Crue.
They just made a new documentary on them.
I don't know about Motley Crue, but
Haters gonna hate.
but they saved the world like twice. So
Technically 3 times.
Okay. I was just confused because you referred to them as the Dorolo family?
the Dorolos, yes. Percival
just-
Dorolo.
Oh, Percival Dorolo. I just didn't know that name, to be honest. I am uneducated.
It's Percival von Musel Kowalski. Nope. Percival
Frederickson von Musel.
Frederickstein von
Musel.
Musel Kowalski Dorolo III.
Thank you.
Is his full name, but everyone just refers to them for the sake of brevity as the Dorolos. And there's Cassandra Dorolo and Percival Dorolo, as well as now Vexalia Dorolo and their children.
Their first son being Percival Frederickson von Musel Kowalski
Dorolo the Fourth. Yes.
I apologize for my ignorance.
No worries. One of them named Vaxeldon.
Oh.
And then, because it pleases me, another one named Pike, and another one named Bobble.
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 The youngest named Bobble.
I get it.
Yeah.
Bubble.
So he says his goodbyes to you after giving you your gold, and leads you back outside. And you stand up at the top of the. You stand up at here because it's fun to show you. You stand up at the top of this long walkway right there.
Yay.
Above Whitestone.
I assume before he left, made sure to see if they could return tomorrow and see if you could get a. Because Shango wanted to get that.
He said, "Come back tomorrow. I'll see
Okay.
what I can do." I'll see what I can do. Come back tomorrow.
Kutanas, now that we have come to a bit of wealth, are you in need of any equipment?
Yeah, guys, you guys are in a relatively large city, and you got a ton of money. So,
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
I am thy sword and shield, my lord. If thou wishest me to have anything, 'tis only thy prerogative. And she honestly, like, as soon as she got her share, she gave it directly to Shango.
There's
Do you take her share, Shango?
Yeah, for like safekeeping, so to say. I would assume that's happened. So
I
much
don't.
travel to
Yeah.
get here.
Oh yeah, anytime.
Apparently,
Yeah.
Anytime you got any sort of money anywhere.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
is
But
there
like anytime we need anything, I'll spend to like pay for Katana's food or lodging or.
Okay.
So Shango is.
Do you want to
literally
go
the
armor
accountant.
out your personal servant then? I'm gonna pimp my bodyguard.
Yeah.
Not like that.
No.
Like pimp my like the old
Yes,
like
I
the old
know.
MTV show.
Whoa. Whoa. Where's this going?
Wait, like
Phrasing.
no, like the old
Yo,
MTV
dog,
show.
I heard
with
you like.
Exhibit.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yo, I heard you like.
Do you
I
I
need
heard
got
you like
blink on
armor, so I
that
got some armor
bodyguard.
for your armor, so you can
Yeah.
shield while you shield.
Do you need some bling on that?
We're gonna.
That shield's
we're gonna
gonna
some-
spin though.
Some like
Chrome-
studded diamonds.
Chrome spinning plate armor.
Yeah. You want some spinners on that?
Perfect.
And
We're
some
gonna put a
studded
television on the back of our
diamonds.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why is my armor filled with goldfish?
Yo, dog.
this is what I asked for.
Dude, I just want the Xbox to pop out of her somewhere.
Oh,
What is a PlayStation 4?
You about to find out.
I don't even know.
so if you guys would like to do some shopping, you can, because we're gonna be. That's where we'll be closing out the session for the most part tonight. You guys turned in your quest. You guys made some contacts. Maybe get to talk to Eskel Rindarian tomorrow. But if you guys want to do some shopping,
Does Whitestone have anything beyond the? Does it have anything in terms of like magic items? Like, can we get healing potions?
Yeah,
or...
Do they have
yeah, it's got. They have
Gilmore?
they have a curiosities shop, or a
Do they have-
magic stuff shop.
What's his name? Oh my god,
Gilmore.
how did I forget it?
Gilmore.
Gilmore Glorious Goods. Do they have one?
There is a branch of Gilmore's
Okay.
Glorious Goods. Yes.
Yeah, I would like to go
Sweet.
there.
I would like to go there as well.
Yeah. Shopping trip.
Shopping.
Oh my god, new
I'm gonna
shoes.
follow the very intelligent people.
All right. You guys
yeah,
ask
follow
around
that.
and find yourselves to to one of the franchises of Gilmore's Glorious Goods. As you walk up to the door, there is a probably mid-30s human woman sitting behind the counter, kind of probably like reading a book, not really paying attention. And as all of you kind of walk in, and she notices, she says, "Yes. Oh, how's it going? Am I supposed to? Yes, welcome to Gilmore's Glorious Goods. How may I be of assistance?"
Greetings, my fair lady. We are in search for. Can I look to Katana's sword and shield?
No, I'm quite fine with my current weapons, my lord, but perhaps armor?
But then a hammer?
No, I'm actually looking for something to make me stronger. Something that I could have enchanted to
This,
make me stronger.
just to give you an idea, this
Yep.
is not a huge town. They
Okay,
don't
so it's gonna be.
It's pretty limited. Don't imagine they have anything that's too far beyond like an uncommon
Would
rarity.
it be easier to ask what they have in stock rather than us trying to figure out what we want? And then-
Yes, it would be a little bit easier if I just told you what they have in stock. So just
What do you have?
Window shopping
What do
first,
you have
then we'll
to-
figure it out.
yes.
What do you
Tell me what you have, Stole Keep.
So they have several potions, different kinds of potions. Hold on one sec. I'm pulling up my notes here.
There's a very persistent cow just outside the shop.
So basically, it's a. I gotta get better organized here. I'm sorry.
Organization is overrated.
D&D Beyond is a great tool for.
D&D Beyond, everybody.
No, we're not.
order.
It's considered a small city. Yeah. So, she hands you like a catalog essentially that is broken up by items. So what are you looking for between armor, potions, wands, scribes, or magical weapons? Or what are you guys looking for?
I'm looking for a bag of holding if he has one.
They do have a bag of holding that you can purchase.
Okay, so that would definitely help the group out a lot if we bought that.
I believe bags of holding are.
Can buy it with party money.
They are considered. What is their rarity again? Uncommon,
I think
right?
they're uncommon.
I think they're like
Yeah, it should be
500
uncommon.
gold pieces.
Bag of holding. Adventuring gear, wondrous item, uncommon.
Uncommon, yeah. So they're his bag of holding's 500 gold pieces.
Oh, that's easy. Do you guys want to
Just take it out of the party money stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Very well. Here you go, and he hands you a bag of holding, or she hands you a bag of holding.
We have 780 gold left in the
party funds.
Yeah, and platinum and silver. So.
Yep. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. What actually is there?
Oh, we
All right.
Well, does she have anything to offer in terms of wands?
Indeed. She has a couple different wands that are available. They also offer a magical item identification service here.
Interesting. Yeah, in terms of wands, I would be that that would like enhance my spellcasting. So not something actually missile, but I can't talk.
Arcane focus.
Something like like an arcane focus or the what is it called, the wand of the war mage.
War mage, yeah. She reminds you about her magical item identification services, and says that they're at a super. They're it's a great deal.
Yes. Thou doth have that staff, my lord.
Do you get any feeling how trustworthy this lady is?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any feeling how trustworthy this lady is?
That's the DM dropping a hint, saying maybe you should have that cane identified before you go buying.
Yeah. So DM tells me, so I'll ask. I was going to ask the realm seer, but I guess I can ask the shopkeeper.
It's 50 gold pieces to have an item identified.
Sure enough.
50 gold pieces. Oh my god.
Yes, it requires a material component that's worth 100 gold pieces. So
we're actually getting a discount.
Yes.
But doesn't get eaten up. But that material component doesn't get eaten up.
No, but she also had to spend the money on it to begin with, so.
All right, I'll pay the 50 gold to get the staff checked out.
She opens up her spell book, and you watch as she performs a quick ritual, and tells you that this is it's considered a +1 rod of the war mage.
Okay.
However, it has an additional ability. It can store 3 levels of spells in the residuum handle.
Oh,
Ooh. 3 levels of spells. So like 3 level 1 spells.
Or 1 third level spell, or
Okay.
a second level and a first level.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
The identification doesn't tell me anything about the origin of the staff, right? It just tells me what it does.
It just tells you what it does, yes.
Okay.
So it acts like a +1 wand of the War Mage, but also has the additional ability to store spells in it.
Yeah, so I can cast a spell in it, and then it keeps it for indefinite time, or
Until you cast it out.
all right.
I'm gonna give
It
her-
does require attunement by a spellcast.
Got it.
I am gonna give her 50 gold to find out what the flail is all about.
She takes out her spellbook again, goes through the ritual, and explains to you that this is the flail of the gambler.
What?
Flail of the
What's a
gambler.
gambler. Yeah.
Yes. It is a +1 flail that can deal bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing damage, your choice. However, it's the cool thing, or the weird thing about it is if you roll a natural 20 with it, if you crit with it and roll a natural 20, it deals an additional 1d8 of psychic damage, which would then be doubled because it was crit. However, if you roll a natural 1 with it, it deals a d8 of psychic damage to you.
Yeah. Okay.
certainly a gamble.
I wonder why the name.
I don't get it.
And it requires attunement.
Alright. Gonna put that in our bag of holding. Let's see.
I would like to show her my sword and ask her if she can identify it, and I'll pay her 50 gold to do it. Because
Your sword is not like that, no.
Noxus doesn't know that.
Your sword can't be identified. As far as she's concerned, it's not magical.
Oh, okay.
Oh snap!
Shango gives a weird look to Noxus, kind of like, don't know your own sword? I'm confused.
No, I
Yeah,
woke
Cortana
up
looks
on.
very confused at that too.
Yeah. He's
I
not
woke-
actually saying, he just looks curious. He's not actually saying anything, but you can see on his face the confusion of like, huh?
Yeah. Oh well. And he makes it disappear.
Okay.
Do you have any powdered silver or any components for someone more of the divine persuasion?
Indeed, we sell all kinds of spell components. Any spell components you may need, I believe we just were restocked.
Powdered silver, some holy text parchment, and some holy water, please.
Certainly, and she retrieves the items for you. I'm assuming those are specific things you need for a specific spell.
Yep.
So you should have a money value next to them in the spell, so you can spend that money.
Yeah, I just wanted to just do
Mhm.
it, so
Mhm.
you don't go, where did that come from?
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. Yeah. So whatever that cost is, I don't know what it is you're
Right.
getting, like
Right,
what
I'm
it is,
just-
but
Yeah,
whatever that is, you can deduct that. And
you got it.
mm-hmm.
I
Do
will.
you guys mind if I steal a? Is one of those precious gems a diamond that we
Sure.
picked up? Sure. All right, I'm going to steal one of those.
Okay, it's worth 50 gold pieces.
Yeah, from our bag of party stuff.
Okay.
Cool.
What are you gonna do with that?
Magic
I'm
orb?
gonna use it for magic.
What spell?
For Mac Orb.
Doesn't that require a diamond worth 100 gold pieces?
No, it's
Nope,
50.
50 gold.
I think it's 50.
The 100,
Oh,
the
I'm
100 is the
thinking-
pearl for identify.
Yep, that's what I was thinking of. You're right. Thank you.
Does she have any healing potions, especially like greater healing potions? Or
She does. She has. She actually has a. She is full up on healing potions. She has 8 potions of regular healing, 6 potions of greater healing, 4 potions of superior healing that are for sale.
Shall we grab some of the greater and superior ones?
It's up to you guys. I have healing at my
I
fingertips.
mean, we got
We do have a
7.
couple greater, right? We got
The
two
pricing is a
greater.
little bit different than it was in the old game, the old West Marches game. The commons are still 50. The graders are 250. The superiors are 1,000.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's quite expensive. Yeah, we do have 2 greater. I'm just thinking that's like, yeah, we have 7 regular ones.
Yeah, we have 7 regular.
Yeah, it's just like as a
Greater.
clutch situation, pick me up kind of thing, so no one bleeds out on the floor on us. But if no one feels like we need them, then we're good.
I think we're fine unless everybody else wants some.
I'm all set.
All right.
I'm also eyeing the armor that Cortana says.
Cortanus is eyeing armor.
Yeah.
In chat,
Yeah.
in chat, she
Yep.
is.
Oh, sorry. Just some stud leather. They don't have just mundane stuff here. If you want like just regular old stud leather armor, you'll have to go to the armor smith.
Right.
But anyway, if you would
Yeah,
like to, did you still want to know about the wands that they have? Cortanus or Shango?
Well, now that I know that the cane staff that I have is pretty sweet, I don't really need to know about the wands anymore. But I'm gonna
They
ask.
also
I would like to learn about the wands.
They have a wand of magic missiles. She points out, which looks like it's made, which she explains is made from a small branch of the sun tree, a branch that fell off. And they have another wand that appears to be carved from the bone. She says it's carved from the bone of one of the skeletons that fought with the Briarwoods years ago, and it is a wand of web.
Mm.
And they are each 500 gold pieces.
Oh yeah, not interested in that.
Nobody interested in those then?
Those are expensive.
Magic items are expensive. They take a long
They
time
are.
to make.
They should be expensive.
I know. I read 101 most of it.
I would be quite
Yeah, you're
fine
almost
with
done. By the way, you're
mundane
almost done with that book.
studded leather.
Oh, thank God. Actually, do they have the book of Enchanting 102?
They do not, unfortunately.
They do not. Dang
Not,
it.
not one for sale. They need it for
lost and
reference
found?
material. No, they need it
Okay.
for reference material to do their own enchanting.
How much is a +1 studded leather armor?
Well, as far as what armor they have here, they have a +1 breastplate. They have regular +1 leather. They have. They also have. They have studded leather armor of cold resistance. And they have a set of +1 chainmail.
How much is the studded leather of cold resistance? Of chain resistance.
The studded leather of cold resistance.
Yeah.
I like the chain resistance ones.
It is. Hold on. It is. Say that it's 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Cortanas, does any of this interest strike your fancy? Any of this armor strike your fancy?
The only one that would be of more assistance to me. I am quite fine with something mundane, my lord.
As long as you are certain.
Of course.
Well, do they have anything for +1 weapons there?
As far as magical weapons that they have, they have. She has a +1 dagger. And she shows you that as she strikes the weapon, every strike of the weapon is accompanied by the sound of a feral snarl. Yeah, it's cool.
That's pretty cool.
She also has a dagger of venom. This carefully crafted weapon is said to lead the one who wields it to wealth and glory. She can't prove that, but that's
Oh man,
the guy who sold it to her. That's what he said.
no guarantee found.
Yep. They also have a javelin of lightning.
Ooh. Can I use javelins?
And a +1 longsword.
How much was that venom dagger, real quick?
That venom dagger is 1,000 gold pieces.
I'm gonna make that deal on the sly, though.
Okay.
In the highest pitch voice.
Yeah.
So you pay 1,000 gold pieces, and you get the dagger of venom.
It's an investment because it's gonna lead him to more riches.
Nobody
Non-guaranteed.
saw that because I'm using a different voice.
Who is this person?
Is that how that works?
Who is the person? What did you do with Father Pike?
No, I just like to think that he's just over there doing that, like saying, "No one can hear. No one knows who I am now," and they're all just like slowly turn their head all at once.
All right.
When did Father Fight turn into a lady?
It's one of those like The Office, like one of those The Office like zoom in moments on faces.
Oh god.
So with the dagger, you gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon, and you can use an action to cause thick black poison to coat the blade. The poison remains for 1 minute or until an attack using this weapon hits a creature. The creature must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or take 2d10 poison damage and become poisoned for 1 minute. The dagger can't be used this way again until the next dawn.
Damn.
Noise. That would ruin someone's day.
I did not pick up throw weapon master. Nothing, baby.
She says the only other potions she has other than the healing potions is she has some oil of slipperiness. If anybody's interested in that. She also has that's all other than the healing potions. That's the only other potion. Not really a potion, but oil of slipperiness. And then the more like kind of random stuff that she has another she has a parapet of health. Nobody interested in the parapet of health? Okay.
No,
Well,
Need to figure out what it is.
whoever's
there's not
interested in
really-
touching.
there's really nothing that that I can think of that Noxus would want.
I'm not
Alright.
really.
Window shopping. We're wasting your time.
Yep, and lastly, she has a parapet of wound closure as well.
the one that automatically stabilizes you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Ooh, we can call this party
While
stuff
you
the bag of
wear-
holding.
While you wear this pendant, you stabilize whenever you are dying at the start of your turn. In addition, whenever you roll a hit die to regain hit points, double the number of hit points it restores.
Okay, 2 questions. A, how much is
A, it is 500 gold pieces.
cool? Question B, does Shango know that Cortanas is tied to him with like if he goes down, she goes down? Thing? Or is that happening? Is that a thing? Or am I imagining that?
No, that's not a thing.
Okay.
If you go down, she doesn't go down.
Well, I mean, die, yeah. I would think.
Well, yeah, if you die, then she...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I meant. Does Shango know that?
You going unconscious. I don't know. The only person who would know that is Cortanas. So it depends on whether or not you've talked about that.
Keep asking whether you've asked or
sure.
anything.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
Would you have been? Would it have even come up until now? So I don't know.
No.
That
No,
also
not from,
requires attunement, by the way.
yeah, not from Shango's side.
So someone buy that or what?
No, not for me. Unless the party wants it, but I'm good.
Okay.
I don't need it.
They
just
also
like.
have a +1 battle axe.
Oh, there you go. Someone could use a battle axe. I hear you getting excited over there, Dan.
That wasn't an excited sound. No, you're talking.
How much-
I just need to look up something.
Just like Father Fike, Noxus would actually get some gold for components. Or,
What components are you purchasing?
pretty much just I'm looking at mine right now. What, if anything, costs money, and none of them do. Like, I need ruby dust for worth 50 gold pieces.
Okay, so spend 50 gold pieces, and it can be provided to you.
Okay.
So how much for the axe, Nelsu or Sao? For the battle axe, it is and it's 500 gold. It's 510 gold.
Would
And it is a distinctive weapon engraved with runes of
Runes of what?
justice. There's a bit of a theme of Avandra, the bearer, to the weapon.
Oh, I can't touch it.
It's a double-breasted axe that kind of looks like scales being weighed on the handle, and the handle appears to be made of residuum.
Does it do anything special?
It is a +1 axe.
Yeah, sure, I'll take it.
All right.
Would she be willing to trade any weapons for it?
Any what?
Like, I pay 500 and maybe trade some of my weapons to her?
She's not interested in your weapons. She says the local weaponsmith might be.
Alright. Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. She collects the gold from you and hands you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else anyone wanted to purchase? I know somebody wanted to purchase some mundane studded leather armor. Yes.
Yeah.
I believe that's 45 gold, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, 45 gold pieces for some studded leather armor. Cortanas, if you'd like it.
Yeah. Well, Shingo has the money, but yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Shango, you can spend it. So you get some nice new fitted studded leather armor. Is there any sort of when they're fitting it to you, they ask if there's any sort of theming or pattern you'd like acid etched into the leather?
She think about that a moment and then just kind of give a gesture to the rose pattern on the signet ring, and that's similar to the one on her pauldron. Perhaps
Okay.
something like that.
When you come back later that day to pick it up, after they make the adjustments on it so that it'll fit you and everything, you see that there's a pattern of blooming rose flowers and thorny vines interconnected and woven all through the armor.
Just kind of smiles like that and smiles at it and nods. Thank thee.
They kind of look at you weird, thinking, because you talk funny to them.
Yeah.
but they don't they're not rude about it or anything. They just get, it's a lot of those yeah, okay.
Used to it.
Yeah. Yep, I figured. I'm just, but yeah. So did anybody else want to get any mundane things? So basically there's it's a where anything especially mundane, you can find any mundane weapon at the weaponsmith, any kind of mundane armor at the armorsmith, and anything in the adventuring gear table or any of that kind of stuff. If you want to get it at that listed price, it is available to you if you'd like. Just no, maybe. Okay, nobody. Okay.
Nope.
I guess with that, we'll close things out for the night. We'll say you guys find your way. Which necklace did you want, Nailsu?
The one
Or
you
Sam?
said that brings you back up.
The parapet of wound closure?
Yeah.
It's 500 gold pieces if you want it.
Yeah,
requires-
I got like 495 because of 510.
I would say if the party knows you want to take 5 gold out of the party loot.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
All right.
There's
So you
plenty
take
of
5
party
gold from the party funds, and you get a parapet of
775.
wound closure.
Thank you guys.
And it requires attunement.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. The battle axe is just a baseline enchantment battle axe. It's +1, so it's +1 to hit and to damage, and it gets past any sort of magical resistances that creatures might have. So Erdan, are you attuning to the gambler's flail?
I'm not.
You are not. Okay. Let's hand out. So you guys find your way to a tavern for the night. Get yourself rooms. Enjoy a night of, feasting on delicious foods that you've been denied to you on your journeys. Get to sleep in a comfy warm bed, and get fully recuperated. We'll say for the party, it costs you a grand total of 3 gold for everything.
It's gonna
And
kill
for
us.
notice that Cortana sleeps she doesn't sleep on a bed, she sleeps against like she did when they were traveling. She sleeps up against the wall with her blades on either side of her next to the bags.
Mm-hmm.
Did someone take the
Keeping
3
watch on the
gold out of
door.
the party loot?
Yes, I will take that out.
Perfect.
All right.
And just for the record, I'm attuning to the cane staff.
I have figured as much. It's considered a rod for the size as it is because it's not big enough to be a staff.
Gotcha.
But it's also not small enough to be a wand. So,
Gotcha.
Done and done. 772 gold pieces.
in the party funds. So, Cortanus, you got 7 XP tonight. Noxus, you got 6. Shango, you got 6.
Yeah.
Fike, you got 6. Sayao, you got 5, and Erdan, you got 6.
12.
Did anybody level?
4 times 5, 20.
Nope.
Nope. I will
Nope.
be 8. I have 8 away.
All right. In the morning, hopefully, with Escalra and Darian.
Lucky sweet.
I'm going to the temple, baby.
You go into the temple tomorrow
Oh hell yeah!
to Serenray's temple.
Into the temple to
I haven't been to the
get
temple of Sarenrae in a long time.
Probably not since you were in
Amon.
Vasselheim,
Ooh.
right?
Well, there's little shrines. in certain
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
So yeah, full sprint.
All right.
By the way, are we sticking together as like a team or whatever, or are we going our own separate? Pew!
I don't know what's going on yet.
We'll cross that. You guys have all spent the night together at the tavern, kind of talking about the adventure, sharing drinks, sharing food, kind of bonding a little bit. And in the morning, when you guys all find yourselves downstairs to breakfast, you guys can have that awkward conversation of, hey,
What
you
happens
guys
now?
want to stick to what happens now? But we'll do that at the beginning of next episode or next session because it's 10 of 10.
Fair.
And people have to get up in the morning and go to work. So
Thank
nobody leveled, I don't believe.
Nope.
So that will, but you did get some cool magic loot.
Yeah, fancy stuff.
Yes, fancy stuff. So have a good night, everyone. I hope you had fun.
Thank you.
And I'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Wait, we're bats?
And that's
Sure,
only
why
bats.
not?
Bees.
Bees?
Hey.
Bat
Hi, bees. Hi, bees.
The
How you
bats.
doing, bees?
Bees.
Don't be star.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Night.
Night.
Good night.
Everyone.